Now we're going to be looking at the how and what of situational judgment. This is going to involve looking at formatting, timing, question types, marking, and also historical performance. For sectional format, we have 26 minutes to answer 69 questions. This is usually associated with 22 scenarios. These have about 2 to 5 responses each, and if you do the math, that's about 22 seconds. You have this amount of time to basically go through the scenario, identify your role, some potential issues, read the question, and then start answering the associated responses. So in this situational judgment, we only really have 2 major question types. We have appropriateness and importance, but also ranking most and least appropriate statements. As you can see from this slide, we have two types of questions, appropriateness and importance. On the left-hand side, you can see we are asked to choose an option of how appropriate a response would be, whereas on the right-hand side, we are asked to choose how important the following consideration would be. For appropriateness type questions, we have a very appropriate thing to do, appropriate but not ideal, inappropriate but not awful, and a very inappropriate thing to do. Where on the other hand, for importance, we have very important, important, of minor importance, and not important at all. These are the major questions that you're going to encounter in the situational judgment test. However, there's also a different type of question type that you might encounter. This is ranking most and least appropriate statements, where you have the options A to C here. And it just requires you to drop and drag the options into the boxes. So how do we mark in the situational judgment test? As I indicated in our first video, the UCAT acknowledges that this test is a little bit subjective, where they award full marks for correct answers, but also partial marks for almost correct answers. So you might be thinking, well, how do they know what the correct answer is? And the way the UCAT does this is they have a panel of experts, and really that's who you're being measured against in terms of how well you do in the exam. So unlike other sections in the UCAT, we have a banding system rather than numerical mark to determine how well you've done in this section. So this is basically measuring you against a panel of experts, where band 1 demonstrates that you have excellent performance and similar judgment to the panel of experts, whereas band 4 is the alternative, where you have demonstrated poor performance and your judgment has differed substantially from a panel of experts. But hopefully with a bit of preparation and understanding of the UCAT exam, you'll be able to get to a band 1, and yeah, that's the goal.